If God is all-powerful and created the world and time, that means that he can see the past and the future. So if he died for our sins, he knew that he would rise again. So does that devalue what he did, knowing that he would rise again? So an analogy would be if I sacrificed myself for someone else, but I knew that I would rise again, sacrificing myself wouldn't be so hard.
Good question. The question is, what was so great about the sacrifice of Jesus if he's going to come back in 3 days anyway? I think we have to step back and understand why Jesus died and what he went through. So why is this so devastating and such a powerful sacrifice, even if he comes back? Well, for one, Jesus is the only sinless person who's ever lived. Somebody asked me recently, I was on stage, it was an interesting question, like if at the end of his life, Hitler had said, Jesus, forgive me, would God have forgiven Hitler? And I asked a question back. I said, let me ask you a question. Who are you more like, Hitler or Jesus? Everybody in this room, I'm sorry, you are more like Hitler. Jesus is the only one who has never sinned, ever, period. And his very creation, whom he gives breath and life and everything good, turns their back on him and crucifies him and doesn't understand who he is. The irony and the tragedy of that is so profound. So there's a difference between saying, I'm gonna willingly sacrifice myself for my family. I'd do that in a heartbeat. I don't have to think about it. I would gladly do that for my family. But that's different if your whole family turns on you and says, you're a fraud, I'm gonna sacrifice you. And you say, well, it's not a big deal because I'm coming back in 3 days. I'm sorry, the pain of my family doing that would not be overturned because I come back in 3 days. And that pales in comparison to people crucifying the only sinless one who gave them breath and is literally sacrificing for them while they're crucifying. So I think when we look at it within that light, we realize, yes, he knew it. By the way, the worst part about crucifixion was not the pain, and I can't even imagine that pain. I think it was the emotional, spiritual weight that Jesus carried that made it so profound.